One of the major issues in IQ testing is cultural bias. It was easy to see when you took the World War I IQ test that many of the questions reflected cultural knowledge, not any kind of innate intelligence. It's a lot harder to spot those issues when you live in the culture and you're immersed in it. Also, it's a lot harder to take out cultural bias, even if you are trying to, when you step back and think about the definition of intelligence. Isn't part of intelligence knowing actual facts? And if so, which facts should you know? In one famous study, anthropologist Joseph Glick asked Capelli tribesmen to organize a group of objects in a sensible or logical manner. He was anticipating that they would group the objects by taxonomy. In other words, potatoes go with the category of food. However, the tribesmen grouped objects by function instead. They said potatoes should be arranged with hoes. When he told them his correct answer, they responded that that was a stupid way to sort things. So who gets to judge the correct and incorrect ways of sorting objects? Test designers have tried to overcome this problem by removing any type of factual knowledge or cultural reference from tests. For example, consider this problem. The subject of the test is expected to mentally manipulate the object on the left to identify which of the alternatives on the right are the same model. This certainly gets at a type of intelligence or problem-solving ability, and it doesn't appear to be culturally biased. But can we get at the whole of intelligence this way? Couldn't someone be smart in a way that doesn't involve mental manipulation of objects? Test designers are forced to try to come up with knowledge questions that represent general knowledge, but it remains an imperfect science. Consider this example. Tennis is to racket as golf is to... The answer, club, is easy to anyone familiar with both tennis and golf. But are recent immigrants going to be familiar with tennis and golf? Often the answer is no. Even a seemingly simple question like this can carry baggage. One solution is to move away from aptitude testing and toward achievement testing. The SAT, the Scholastic Aptitude Test, was designed to be a predictor of college success. The SAT does correlate well with IQ, as we saw, but it's actually not the best predictor of college success. The SAT-2, which is the series of subject tests covering specific course material, has turned out not only to be a better predictor of college success, but also less biased. One final note on testing is the issue of stereotype threat. Stereotype threat happens when existing cultural biases become a self-fulfilling prophecy. For example, this Teen Talk Barbie doll was pre-programmed to say, "Math is hard." Many critics saw this as a blatant reinforcement of the cultural stereotype that girls can't do math. If girls believe they can't do math, research has demonstrated, they are actually likely to perform worse on a math test. Negative beliefs can cause negative outcomes. So it becomes very important when designing IQ tests or college entrance exams that people of different racial and cultural backgrounds feel confident that they have a fair chance of success on the test.